He accidentally went on a date? Been dating 2 years, me 41 female, him 41 male. He meet someone on Instagram and said it was just a friend meet up, but she had a different idea. He also didn't tell me until I saw a Venmo transaction and then he deleted it. So I was suspicious and asked. Said he was gonna tell me but had to process first because they had said something race-related that was unpalatable. I can decide how I feel. Any thoughts? A 41-year-old shouldn't be so naive. He's probably full of shit. You don't meet stranger off Instagram when in a relationship. By LMAO. You don't delete and hide honest mistakes or miscommunication. You also tell your significant other you ever plan to hang out one-on-one with someone you could even possibly be perceived as liking. So 99% chance he was cheating and 1% chance you're dating someone with the IQ of a gorilla who has just learned sign language. Sounds like leaving is the best option. This whole situation is sketchy ASF. Literally every element of a cheating partner is right in front of your face. You are so wise for catching that transaction. I'm happy that you are intuitive and feel confident you know what to do next. There's nothing accidental about this. He's talking to another woman online. He went out with this woman. He hid what he was up to from you and you'd still be clueless about it if it weren't for the fact you saw the transaction. He's cheating. What are some clear signs your partner has checked out of your relationship already? I have been with my partner for 3 years, but the last 6 months things have felt off. I haven't felt loved by this person during this time. They stopped asking about my day and telling me about theirs with the usual, "It's okay," or, "Fine." I find out more from them when their friends come over and speak to them. When together they sit on their phone most of the time on social media. If I ask if anything is wrong or if they need to talk to me, they don't want to. If anything happens such as big events, I don't hear about it from them. The intimacy has gone between us and we rarely have sex. What are clear signs they've checked out of the relationship emotionally already? When they stop showing emotional investment into the relationship like they used to. Lack of communication, attention, and intimacy like you mentioned are good indicators. Unfortunately, all the ones you mentioned, sad face. That sounds like they're checking out. Making less of an effort, less intimacy, less interest in general. Now would be a good time to sit them down and have a chat about how you both think things are going. If things get heated, take a pause for 5 minutes to cool down. It may be that you both just need to work on brining a spark back. Or there could be an issue that's festered. It'd be good to deal with it now before they check out completely. Should I, 25, leave financially dependent boyfriend, 30? We've been together for 7 years and living together for 6 years. The first few years were great. We laughed, made memories, taught each other how to grow and be confident. It literally felt like I was living in a cheesy rom-com. Things changed when he quit his job a few years ago. At first he couldn't go back because he was medically unfit to work, but then the story changed into him not wanting to be part of the system. As a result, I juggled 2-3 jobs to make ends meet. It's cost me my free time, hobbies, and health. A few months ago I was able to move from 2 jobs to 1 job that paid really well. However, I still can't keep up with the bills. I broke down one night and begged him to find work again because it was mentally and physically draining to be the sole provider. He said he would look, but his criteria for work is impossible to meet, especially with his work history and bad attitude towards authority. I've asked him to jump into anything that would allow me to catch my breath, but he tells me that I'm asking too much of him and need to stop trying to live a lavish life by asking him to work. Ever since becoming the sole provider, I've never had a day off. Never bought myself unless I needed it for work, even gave up my hobbies. I started wondering, am I selfish for wanting a day off and not have to wonder if we can eat dinner that night? I want to leave. Every sign is telling me to leave and never look back. But when I start to have the conversation, I'm guilted into feeling like the crazy one, or that I have too high expectations for life. I also worry that since he has no job, he'll end up homeless and loveless. The last thing I want is to ruin his life. After all, we had some genuinely good moments together that I can't seem to forget. This is my first long-term relationship and I don't have a lot of dating experience, especially when it comes to breakups. Any advice on how to handle this situation? Lavish lifestyle? Said by the person who refuses to get a job while watching you bust your ass trying to pay the bills for a lazy butt munch with an attitude? He's destroying you, honey. You have made your feelings known to him. The time for conversations is now over. You are not selfish. You have given up everything for this leech. Time to live for yourself now. You pay the bills. Throw his ass out. Don't worry about if he's homeless or alone. If he doesn't want to be homeless, he'll get a damn job and he'll find another go-getter to support him. Worry about yourself. It's about damn time. Trust your gut. Everything is telling you to leave for a reason. He is not good enough for you. Tell him you've had enough and he needs to get out. You can do this. Stay strong. Having relationship issues with a crow in our neighborhood. Okay, so I'm beyond frustrated. I've already posted this like 6 months ago and I've no idea where else to post this. This crow in my neighborhood won't leave me alone, for God's sake. As soon as I step out of my house, this crow follows me and sometimes comes peck on my head and fly away. I've tried numerous things like staying in my house for a week so that it would forget me, or simply ignoring it to no avail. Someone please provide me with an advice. I can't on God's green earth think of any reason why the crow would do this to me. I need peace. One day it followed me like 2 miles too. You know how frustrating this is, so please. It also shouts, caw caw, while following me. Just give it a trinket and embrace your new friend. They only live 7-8 years, you got this. Yeah, it's not going to forget you after a week. Crows can remember people for like 5 years. You might have done something piss it off, or you really look like someone who pissed it off. Try making up, apologizing for whatever the bird is pissed off at you about. Put out unprocessed nuts, large bird food, and cut up fruit. Make sure he sees you putting it out and speak to him while you're doing it. The crows around my place seem to especially like walnuts. I have a walnut tree and just step on fallen nuts to crack the shell, and overripe pears. You know what you did. I love crows. Obviously. I'm sorry you're experiencing a relentless crow.